So we got to talk about some love relationships. Well, actually, not so much love. Jennifer Lopez finally opened up.
Whoa.
Finally opened up.
What?
Get your mind out the gutter. God damn.
Oh.
Well,
Well, I know you were. No, I didn't know where you were going with it.
Oh, no. She opened up about her divorce.
Oh, okay.
Ben
All right, man.
Yeah.
Speak, brother. You just.
Damn, man. Let me get my thoughts together.
Okay.
Jesus. Anyways, she finally opened up about her divorce from Ben Affleck. She was on a podcast recently, and she says, listen, it was a total shocker to her, right? Mm-hmm. Totally shocker to her that they, after all this time that they put their relationship back together, they was together over 20 years ago. They came back together, and I think they was together for like maybe 2 years it was, maybe. Mm-hmm. Then they got a divorce. Now, it was hush, and everybody knew that it was happening for weeks or months before they came out, before she actually filed for divorce, right? But then when it did happen, it was mum the word. They weren't saying anything, it was very much. So she finally came out on the podcast saying, listen, it was a shocker to her, and she loves love. You know them people who just love.
Right.
And she said that I need to learn to just love me and be with myself. Like, this is something that I am going to work on, and I'm not looking to be with anybody else now. I'm just going to be with me. I'm going to look at you laughing already, right?
Well, I'm following your line.
I mean, this is what she says. Right. And a lot of people online are not believing her because they're saying that she's always been in a relationship. She's never really been by herself. It's always from one relationship to the next because people like herself who love, that's kind of what they do. They're not really comfortable being by themselves. So, but like she said, it was a big shocker, but this is what she says. She's going to just do her, going forward. So, I guess my question to you is, how likely do you believe that she's going to be successful at just being able to love on herself and just be by herself and be able to accept that, listen, I'm okay. I got this. I can be single for however time I need to take to heal. How successful do you think she's going to be at taking time for herself? Or do you think she's just going to jump back into another relationship with the next man? How do you think it's going to turn out?
She's going to fail miserably. She's going to fail miserably.
Really?
Right. And this has less to do with Jennifer and more, in my opinion, more to do with people. Love, specifically matters of the heart, is the only thing in our lives that we get more experience in, but don't get any better at.
That's a good point.
The same thing that broke your heart at 18 that you swore off that it'll never happen again at 28. That you swore it will never do it again, happen again at 38, and so on and so on and so on.
Damn.
There's nothing else in life where we gain experience but do not get better at.
We're going to have to talk later about why you think that's the case. That's interesting. Okay.
So I think under that, guys, no. And it's through no fault of her own. It is just internal wiring. It is just how we are.
But it could just because, but she loves love.
Right.
Not everybody loves love.
Does that part, I don't even know how that's even applicable to what it's saying. I'm saying that when you ask the question, will she or won't she? I'm saying she will not, right? She has a better chance, although it is incredibly difficult to
because
do.
she loves love. That's the answer. That's why.
She has a better chance of, it's weak, but she has a better chance of finding someone. That's where the effort is. She's applying that love to the wrong people for her. So if she connects with the right person, then this is a non-story. She has to find that person. Now, it may sound, I'm saying it like I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
We know that this is incredibly difficult. It may never happen, but that's the answer. Because I don't think you change that. That's your internal makeup. That's a part of your DNA. That's who you are. And then layer on top of that comment that I said when it comes to matters of the heart. So you have that, and then you have this penchant for doing that same kind of thing that forces you to do that same behavior because this is what your internal makeup is. I don't see how you move from that, or it just doesn't happen. You won't even recognize it. It'll just wash over you. You'll be consumed by it, and it'll just happen again. It's just happening again. I don't know. There ain't a drug. There ain't a therapy. There ain't a group session. There ain't a life coach that's been invented yet that can prevent that from happening. I'm here to tell you, bro. So for J-Lo, hopefully she is somewhere between blessed and lucky, and identifies the person who is the true object of her affection and who can match her energy and return that love the way that she sends that love out.
I think that things are going to change this time around. I think that she is tired of love. You got to understand, well, you do understand that this was the love of her life for 20 plus years ago. I know for a fact she loves this man, right? It just, for some reason, it's just not working, right?
Which is what I said.
Right. But I think this time is a little bit different because they was able to at least give it a second chance, right? They tried. Unfortunately, it didn't work out again. I think that this time she is so burnt and she is so tired right now. I think she's like 55 years old, right? So I think she's so tired and over this love thing now that I think she's giving up. I do think she is finally, this is going to be the first time that she finally takes time for herself and actually learns to love herself. I mean, this is what she said, and this is what she's going to do, and I think she's going to give it a great chance, and I think she's going to be successful at it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that she's going to be, she's not going to have a man somewhere on the side or someone to help her with her needs, and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. Of course she will. But in terms of getting into another relationship, like we've seen her over the years with Ben and A-Rod and all these different men that she's been with, I think she's going to take some time away from that, and especially putting out into the media. You know how embarrassed she is? Because all her relationship is out in the media, right? Everyone knows about it and stuff like that. That's got to be so disappointing to her, highly embarrassing, especially this big hoopla the second time around with Bennifer 2.0 didn't work. You're not going to hear anything about any celebrities. Like, you think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Again, is she going to have some side guy taking care of her business and her needs? Sure, that's going to happen, right? But in terms of a relationship, no, she's going to be successful this time. You're not going to see her getting married to anybody anytime soon. You're not going to see her have any boyfriend anytime soon. I think she's going to concentrate on her career, concentrate on her kids, and just actually concentrate on loving her. I think it's going to be a different change this time. I really do.
Listen, I mean, all I can say to that is, I guess we just have to kind of wait and see.
You're not giving her any credit. You don't think she's strong enough to do that.
I don't know if I wouldn't categorize it as strong enough or not strong enough. I just think part of who we are affects us, how we view the world, how the world views us, right? And I'm not knocking her for it. I just want to be really clear. Yeah. I'm not judging her. Yeah. Listen, I love her as a woman that way, right? Yeah. It's just disheartening that you have a spirit that way that she has that can't find that connection. The right person to receive that. That's the part. That's the travesty. That's the Shakespearean tragedy to this, is that she's a lone star in that. But the idea that she changes, I don't know. Listen, she could end up in another relationship, and assuming that person wasn't famous, I mean, would we even really know?
No.
To your point,
right.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to confirm that.
Wouldn't know
whether that happened or not.
Right.
But you know, I'm just saying, just overall, I think that's inside of you, and it can't be changed.
And I think it also has to be someone of relevance. You're like you were saying, can she find some guy out there? I don't think that any guy would be good enough to be her man. I remember she was married to
a guy wouldn't be good enough to be
when I say a guy, I mean an average Joe. Right, she was married to this dancer once.
You're saying in your opinion, or you think that would be her opinion?
I think that she would not get married at this point in her life at 55. She's just like when she was younger and she married her dancer. That was different. She was younger and whatever, right? At this point in her life, after the divorces that she's been through and all her tumultuous relationships that she's been through, she's just not gonna marry or even get into a relationship as her man with an average Joe. It's gonna have to be somebody up on Ben's level, or I could be wrong. She might take the Halle Berry route. Halle Berry is 58 years old right now, and she's dated tons of celebrities, and she found love in her new man right now. I'm forgetting his name right now, but they've been together for a few years right now, and she seems very, very happy. He's no big celebrity at all. He's a musician. And she seems very happy. So, you know what? I could be wrong. She might actually find an average Joe, and maybe she said, you know what? I've tried all the celebrities. It hasn't worked. You know, it's just brought me a bunch of drama. Let me get an average Joe. Maybe she could speak to J-Rob.
Listen, I thought that's where
I'm an average Joe.
I thought you were literally going to start the segment that way. Right. When you said she's open.
It took me a little time.
Right.
Oh, yeah. It took me some time. I'm a little slow. My bad.
But listen, I think this whole, I'll use your term, average Joe. I think this whole, or average J in this case.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's a route she should take. Now, I'm going to probably piss some people off, but again, not my rule, but as women get older, even the J-Los, even the Halle Berrys of the world, the dating pool shrinks, right? It just does, man.
I don't know about for them.
Yeah, no, it does, bro. It absolutely does. And again, we measure these things in relationships, not in just getting hit off.
So you're saying there's men that J-Lo and Halle Berry can't get today that they could have got 20 years ago?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Of course you don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. The only reason I say this about them is because they look amazing.
Yeah, but
they still look amazing.
Jay, I don't care, bro. You can't take the way the world is and then try to reconform it to something just because you're crushing on these two women.
It's not just me.
They're still
Halle Berry and Jennifer Lopez.
Listen, you already mentioned it. Halle did it. She went that different route. That's it. That's the code. So she just confirmed what she did. What you said is exactly what she needed to do, which is
right. But it's not because her pool shrunk. It's not because her pool shrunk.
Bruh, please.
She made the decision to take this man.
Stop.
That's not the only man she could have got.
I disagree.
Doc.
I disagree.
Doc, you think...
I disagree.
Doc, you think that... Now we're going off topic, but still, you think that Halle Berry's man is the only man that she could have got. So basically
So let me be clear with this, because you got... Jay the Extreme here. No one's saying that that's the only man. I'm sitting across from one man she could have got. So clearly,
that's damn right she could get me.
Clearly, the dude she married ain't the only guy.
And she can get you, and she could get Doc. Right. I ain't the only one in this room that she could get. Okay.
I'm saying.
Okay. What you
I
saying?
will go back to my original point.
Yeah.
Which is, as women get older, the dating pool shrinks. You're saying that rule.
The average woman.
You're saying that
the
rule
average woman
does not apply, and I'm saying that it does.
It doesn't apply to those two.
That's your opinion.
It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't apply to those. But I agree with you that it applies to the average woman.
Listen, it's almost 60.
And the average man.
She's almost 60 years old, and there are a number of men who choose not to be. So think of it this way: if it was standard operating procedure from the woman's standpoint, right, which is women typically want men that are on their level or higher, right? You're with me there, right? Women typically want men that are where they are, all right? The level of success that man needs to be in order to be on par with her. That man generally does not want a woman of that age, even if she is a celebrity. Now, mind you, if he is on par with that, the whole celebrity isn't a big deal to him. So if you're in that, so they're not looking at her the way that you do. You're enamored by it, but that
you think I'm enamored by their celebrity?
The celebrity, the beauty, all of that. My point is that is not him. That guy. That is not him. That's what I mean. Where it starts to shrink. It starts to become the dating pool shrinks.
I agree with you that it shrinks for the average woman and the average man, but there are some men.
I didn't say man. I didn't say
no, but I'm saying it. I think for the average man and the average. Okay, but for the average woman, I agree with you, and I'm also adding for the average man, the pool shrinks too, right? So this is what I'm saying. But when we're talking about Jennifer Lopez and we're talking about a Halle Berry, right? That doesn't apply to them. It doesn't apply to them because.
So why is she not married?
Huh?
So what?
Well, she tried and she had a couple of divorces, right?
What
Jennifer Lopez, right? It's not because they're looking at her and they're saying, oh, well, she's not successful anymore, she's not beautiful anymore. That's not the case. That's not the case.
First of all, you don't know what the case is.
First
of all, you don't know what the case is. You weren't in there with them.
I wasn't in there with them in this particular relationship. But the average guy
is. Listen, let me go on record and say, and we're gonna take Halle out of this because Halle's sitting somewhere saying, "Take my name out your mouth. I got it, man. I'm good, right? Like take me out the conversation."
We can start because Jennifer's free.
So I'm gonna fall back.
Okay, all right, yeah.
I'm gonna just say from J-Lo's standpoint, J-Lo's beautiful. She's a very attractive woman, but she's still a woman that's almost 60 years old. And that means that may not mean anything to you. You're probably, you crush on her. You probably ain't been laid since Clinton was in office, right?
Before Clinton.
You've got all of that kind of going on for you. So you're about, whatever. I'm saying, notwithstanding, Jay, that the way that this is, that despite the fact that she's on,
it ain't just me.
That listen, we measure success, wins and losses. We measure wins and losses by relationships, not someone who wants to maybe come by, date, mess around, a situation. We're talking about the thing that she just got divorced from, which are these relationships. That shrinks. She is no different than anyone else walking the earth. Now, is her pool, say, larger than the average person? Yes, but her pool is shrunk nonetheless. It is. This is the way it is, bro. So if you think so much, listen, she loves to love, holla at her.
Listen, if I get a chance, I will. Nah, because I don't like going behind people.
Exactly.
Well, but I'm just talking. I'm just talking shit.
God, do you hear this guy?
I'm just talking shit.
Do you hear this
holler at me. Holler at me, Jennifer.
He just beat up this entire block talking about yes. The moment you put it to him, hey, that ain't my thing, right? Like, come on, it's exactly what I was saying.
Listen. I'm just saying. When you have women like Jennifer Lopez and Halle, I just don't see how their pool shrinks for them specifically. I'm not speaking about older celebrities that may be their age and they look their age and they've lost some of their body, they lost some of their looks. I would agree with you, but I was just specifically talking about these two women that I don't see their pool shrinking any. Doc, do you agree that just... Doc, let me ask you something. With these two specific women, I'm just talking about these two women. Do you think that their pool...
Is it as small as the woman in the checkout counter at XYZ supermarket?
No, I'm not talking about the next woman.
But does her respective pool shrink because she's damn near 60 years old? Absolutely.
Well, I want to hear from Doc. So basically, what you're saying is there are men out there that she could have got when she was 25 that she can't get at 55. That basically that's what you're saying.
What's that man though? How old is that man? So you say the man when you say what
I'm just saying men. Like
no. You said that man. So because that matters.
Well, let's just say men. I don't know when you say that. I don't know.
Just
say men in general.
Yes.
If you're saying her pool is shrinking, then we just have to say men in general.
So you want so I'm clear. You want to say that the same, for lack of a better word, amount of men in her pool that she was able to attract at 25. She can do the same thing at 55.
For these two women?
I'm just talking about J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Right.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, Doc, answer the question.
I disagree.
Thank you.
25-year-old J-Lo.
25-year-old.
Well, what about that?
25-year-old.
I think you're going off. Okay, wait, continue.
25-year-old as compared to 55. Period.
Well, I don't know what you guys are saying.
Insert name here. Any woman.
But I think you're going on to a different topic now. I think you're.
Yeah, I think we're on the same topic. Right. I just think that where she was at 25, physically speaking, her pool was much bigger than now. She still looks great. Don't get me wrong, but there's a certain amount of men, because of her age, no matter what she's looking like, not gonna be interested.
Thank you.
So you think a 25-year-old right now, a 25-year-old guy she had a 25-year-old when she was 25. She got that guy. She was with him. She did whatever she needed to do. So you're saying a 25-year-old in 2024 would not
I knew he was going to say
I'm asking you a question.
I knew he was going to say. I knew he was going to say that.
I'm asking you a question.
The question is the pull shrink. You say yes, then he goes to a very specific and extreme.
No, I'm just asking.
25-year-old, so a 20 would not like.
So you want me to change it up? So you're saying. So let me put it this way.
It's as simple as this. The pool has shrunk. Why is that such a hard concept to believe?
Because listen. So you're trying to tell me, Doc, a majority of 25-year-old young men, you're thinking that they were like, oh.
No, I'm not saying the majority, but I would say more men of a younger age will look at her age because ageism is real.
Exactly.
So they're gonna be like, oh, she's an old lady. I'm not.
Exactly. Now we are all men in this room right now.
Exactly.
We are all men, and we all have boys. We all have boys.
It's crazy.
So you think that
this is what happens when you do a podcast with somebody who's horny.
You think? Listen. You think
everyone's fine.
You think that a majority of 25-year-old men would not get with Jennifer Lopez if they had a chance right now at 55?
I agree. No, they wouldn't. A majority of 25.
Yeah. They would say no.
I would say the majority of 25-year-old men do not want to be in a relationship with a woman, including Jennifer Lopez, at 55 years old. I'm standing on it. I'm
Okay,
saying
well,
a majority of 20-something-year-olds?
Yeah. Jennifer Lopez, a chance
He is
to
bugging.
to be in a relationship
He is
with her.
wilding,
Yeah,
bro.
no, you're wilding. Yo,
wilding.
you're wild. Especially in this day and age where people
what's
not
wrong
only
with- what's in the
do
day
they
and
want to
age?
marry a successful woman who has tons of money, but on top of that, she's also beautiful and sexy.
yeah.
So she has the whole thing. Come on, man.
Spoken like
yo,
someone who's no longer 25.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
We're crazy.
Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree on that one. Yeah, I want y'all to write in, hit us up on IG, and give us your comments when we put this segment on there, and let us know what you think. Agree with me or Doc and Kay. We'll settle it that way. All right? That's all I got to say.
It's settled to me already, man.
No, well, it ain't settled. It's unsettled.
All of a sudden, we're going to defy the logic of biology. Right?
You're talking about something. You're talking about something completely different.
I'm not talking about.
Yes, you are. Because is she older? Of course, she's older.
So a 25.
Is her body as tight as it was when she was 25? Of course not.
Oh,
that is not going to stop 25-year-old men given the opportunity to be with Jennifer Lopez today if they could.
Jay, question.
Yes.
Let's take her celebrity out of it. I mean,
sure.
She's a great celebrity. So, 54-year-old Jennifer Lopez, non-celebrity. How many 25-year-olds are looking her way?
How many?
She's not famous.
Well, first of all, I still think that she's beautiful, but we're talking about Jennifer Lopez, so it's hard for you to take.
Why don't you answer his question, Jay?
Huh?
Just answer his question.
Non-famous Jennifer Lopez, 54-year-old, 55, whatever she is, 25-year-old man walking around here. Are they seeking her out?
Are they seeking her out? I mean, I can't give you a number on that. I think a lot of them would, yes. But again, we're talking about Jennifer Lopez, so it's hard to switch this thing around.
God.
Remember, Jennifer Lopez, this is a package we're talking about. I'm talking about not just her beautiful looks. I'm talking about her fame, her success, about every man's desires from when we were younger from till today. It's the same thing with Halle. If you have an opportunity to be with Jennifer Lopez or Halle Berry from when you were 20 some odd years old to now when you're in your 50s, you're still going to take that opportunity because they are not busted. They are not broke.
Are you talking about just smashing?
Relationship and all.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah. Well,
I disagree.
You're wrong.
Yeah, I would definitely think
a single
25-year-old to just smash and not be in a relationship with Jennifer Lopez?
Yes.
No disrespect to Jennifer Lopez, but of course they're going to be like, oh, hell
absolutely.
Yeah. But
that's why I said
it's about being
a
more than that.
Long-term
you can't have
relationship.
kids. You can't do that. Like, get the fuck out
I don't
of here,
know.
Jay.
Listen,
there's
trust.
Just because you get a boner every time you see her doesn't mean that everyone.
Nah, I don't get a boner every time I see her.
You don't get a boner at all, motherfucker.
I know exactly. My shit ain't working. So listen. I'm just saying. But I know beauty, and I know success.
You don't know shit.
I know beauty, and I know success.
You know beauty,
and I'm giving, and I'm talking about the whole package.
You know beauty, but you don't know shit. Like you proving yourself to not know shit.
No,
about this dating
I know a lot.
Relationship thing.
Y'all don't know because you don't have the opportunity, because I am pretty goddamn sure if y'all had the opportunity and either of those women said, I want to be in a relationship, both of y'all would say yes, as long as y'all were single. As long as y'all were single.
Jay, what in the hell does that have to do with the question? The only question, or the question that came up, or better yet, the statement was that her dating pool has shrunk. That's like blasphemy for you. Her dating pool has shrunk. She is a woman that is almost 60 years old. It is not unreasonable, even her, J-Lo, to say that her dating pool has shrunk in relation to what you brought up, 25? Like, it's outlandish for me and Doc to think that her dating pool has shrunk between, the difference between the access to men that she had at 25 versus what she had at 55. First of all,
listen, at 25, she got 10-year-olds looking at her like, damn, she hot.
But here's the thing, though. Here's what we also know, too. From a man's standpoint.
So, to your point, Doc, you're right. She can't talk to any 10-year-olds now.
Of course.
But here's the thing, dog. From a man's standpoint, we know that older men also have an affinity for younger women. And so why would, if given the opportunity, and if he is of means to the point that she sees him on par, whoever this man is, right? So now we're talking that fame, wealth, even if it doesn't have the fame, but he's got the wealth and all that other stuff.
Right.
That is not the J-Los of the world is not where he may be. Now, he may be looking at that from a, oh, that's J-Lo, her celebrity, trophy kind of thing.
That's where I was
right?
talking about, right? And
but hold on.
She's the package,
but not
though.
From a relationship.
They're still going to be in a relationship with her.
He is going to look younger. There is too much history that suggests that would suggest that. I do not agree with you.
Listen, I don't know.
You are not going to.
Well, then I'm different than any other man because I don't look.
Now we're
age.
talking.
No,
I don't look different.
No, I am different. I know that.
Yeah,
but I don't
different.
look for age. I look for whatever is attractive because I've seen some 25-year-old women that have been busted and have been.
Stop the cap.
Have been. No, I'm saying no. I've seen young women that are way out of shape.
Stop the cap.
They are not pretty at all. So what are you saying that I'm going to say, she's 25. She looks horrible or whatever like that. And she's out of shape. So, you know what? But I'm going to date her and not date 55-year-old J-Lo. Yeah. You think that's what I'm going to say? Do you think any man with any halfway common sense is going to think that way?
I feel like he's about to call 911 on me, Doc, just because I said that her dating pool has shrunk.
Listen,
did I commit a crime? Hell, J-Lo ain't even upset that I said that.
I will say this.
J-Lo ain't even. J-Lo would be like, yeah, he's right, Jay.
Listen.
If she was sitting here, she'd be like, hell yeah. There ain't as many dudes on the block.
You want me to make you happy?
There ain't as many dudes on the block.
Has everybody's pool shrunk? Yes. Okay, you happy now? But now, are you happy? Are you happy? Now, but let me say this. Her dating pool hasn't shrunk to the effect where it's going to affect her in the least. She can still get any man, 99.99% of the men that she wants, she will get tonight. In any facet that she wants. Unless they're gay. Or they're just happily married or in a relationship and they are committed man. Those are the only two men that she's not getting.
Right. As she sits home single. Great.
Yeah, by choice.
As she sits home single.
By choice.
By choice.
By choice. She is single by choice.
Ben looked like he wanted out. I don't know about that by choice.
You don't think A-Rod is probably knocking down her door right now trying to get back in there? Please.
Now you're bringing up things.
No, I'm just saying. I am just saying.
Talking about. You're saying
most of us.
The divorce she may have filed, but Ben wanted no parts to that. So stop it.
Most of us are single by choice, right? So if most of us...
Where does this come from?
No, I'm just making a point. Because I said that she's single by choice.
What you doing? Reading books?
No, you're looking at me like, what do you mean she's single? I said most of us...
She's not single by choice.
Most human beings are single by choice.
We were talking about...
Right.
I was talking about Ben. You're saying she's single, but she wants to be with Ben. Ben don't want to be with her. That's what I was responding to. That ain't single by choice. Then that's why you can't. Wait.
Then you
count. Hold on, but you.
Wait, no, but let me. I got to get this straight.
Then you counter your comment with, "Well, she filed for divorce."
Right. Exactly.
Right. What I'm saying is, she filed. He bailed out. He checked out.
He knew she was done.
Oh my God.
Okay, so she filed.
I'm done.
Right.
I'm done.
It's different with Megan Good because her husband filed.
This dude, man.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Yes, we got to move on. But
Doug, is this J-Lo?
I'm just saying.
Is this J-Lo?
I gave you.
You're gonna do
that.
it.
Are you happy? Because
you're gonna do one of them.
No, I'm just.
You're gonna do an Ethan Hunt and pull the mask off and shit.
I'm gonna say that all of our so you should be happy. I'm just trying to get you to understand that I hear you. All of our pools shrink, but it's not affecting her in the least.
Well, it can't. You can't say it shrinks, but it doesn't affect her in the least. Of course,
it doesn't affect her in the least.
Of course, it affects her if
it doesn't affect her whether she's single or not. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, Jay.
You know what I'm saying?
But that is the whole idea of. That is the whole idea of the impact of a shrinking pool. The smaller your pool is, the higher your probability is of being single. You have less to select from.
But
that's what that means.
All of us can be in a relationship tomorrow if we decided to. All of us.
What is the?
I'm just trying to make a point.
Spewing shit.
No, it's not shit.
You're just
is that not valid point that I'm making?
No, it's not. That's the point.
So all of us. So most of us can't get in a relationship tomorrow.
Shit, like that comment is saying shit just to fucking say shit. We can't all be in a. What the fuck does that have to do?
How is that just a statement?
J-Lo,
so what I'm saying is
finding love within herself and everything. So fuck it. Look into the camera and tell J-Lo, stop sitting at home by yourself. Because I believe you, girl, and you're home alone.
J-Lo, listen, if you want to sit home by yourself, take all the time you need and sit home by yourself and love on yourself. And when you are ready,
tell her the shit you telling me.
You go on out and you find your man when you are good and
that
ready.
Great big old
and
pool
if
that
man
she got,
wants to be me, just holler at me and let me know.
And there
That's
it
all
is.
I'm saying.
And there it is.
That's all I'm saying.
All it is, Rouge, to get my blood pressure up so this Negro can shoot his shot.
It's good to get the blood flowing.
All it is so Jay can shoot his shot.
Yeah, and I am unlike my boy K here.
You ain't got.
I don't mind older women. Okay, I don't mind older women.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, listen. The way he defended her,
he might have a shot.
She better holler.
That's that love, right? Ain't gonna die in the cross for this one, bro. But we all know you ain't got an icicle chance in hell.
I'm just keeping it fair, as I always do across the board. And I gave it to you, and I said, "Did her pool shrink like all of our pools have shrunk as we got older?"
See, that's the qualify.
Are you happy?
Things.
No.
You see it?
You happy?
Are you happy?
All of our pools shrink, but it doesn't affect whether or
man.
not we can get into a relationship tomorrow. That's my point. That's my only point.
So
I gave you the pool shrink. I gave it to you. No, but I gave it to you.
But that wasn't the point we were talking about.
No, but you
just
said
gotta
no.
go in there, hijack. You bring up a whole bunch of points.
No, it's no.
A whole bunch of things that ain't nobody talking about on this show. This motherfucker covered enough blocks for future shows between now and 2017. Like, I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about now. Right? Like yo, if I see J-Lo,
y'all know what we talking about. Y'all understand what we're talking about.
J-Lo, square, we're going to throw hands. He got me disliking you now.
This has nothing to do with J-Lo anymore. People, this just has to do with as long as you keep it tight and you keep it beautiful and you keep it sexy and you keep yourself in shape, it don't matter how old you are. You could get that man or that woman, whether she's 25 or whether she's 55. It don't matter. But you got to look like J-Lo or Halle Berry. That's my point.